Welcome to Rox Talks. I hope you guys are doing well. You all, I should say, are doing well. Today, I feel I had a mixed emotions today. I'll be really honest with you. I had an interesting conversation on Instagram that kind of jarred me. So we'll talk about that this morning. It happened this morning. So a little jarred by that. We're going to talk about Google Vision, Apple Vision Pro. My bad. And then I also want to chat with you about the surprise, the thing that is happening this weekend that is going to be a nice dose of happiness for my family. Okay, so first and foremost, have you heard about the Apple Pro Vision glasses? Apple Vision Pro glasses? Or I say glasses. I don't know if I call them glasses. It's like a headset. I don't know how I missed this. They came like today is the first day you can buy them. And I don't know what I was doing when this came out because I am an Apple lover and I'm the woman who literally has been there overnight waiting to get the brand new iPhone. Back in the day when you had to stand in line, you couldn't buy it online. Like I've done that twice, and they give you coffee and donuts, and they make a tunnel and they cheer for you when you walk in. I mean, those are some experiences that I feel like this who are alive right now will never get. You'll never know. I mean, yes, you had the trauma of trying to get the Taylor Swift tickets and it was like crazy, but do you know what it's like to actually spend the night outside of the ticket box, right? I never did it, but I remember that, to get tickets to your favorite concert. Yeah, and have people in line and I want to go after school. Do you remember that? For me, that was the same type of experience. Technology, I love it. And I did that twice at the Apple store. And it was an outdoor Apple store, the Domain in Austin, mind you. So it's a little chilly, okay, so it was totally worth it. Well, the Apple Vision Pro, did she get that name right? Don't know, maybe I did. Apple Vision Pro, yeah. Are like their version of the Google glasses and the Meta glasses, like AR, right? Augmented reality, yeah, AR or partial AR. But they say it's basically a computer for your eyes. And it's supposed to make the whole thing like 3D. Now there's certain apps that you can't get on it. Like you can't get obviously Meta because they're competing. You can't get Spotify. I don't remember if you can get Google or not. Probably not because of competition. But if this whole AR glasses, goggles thing is going to work, this will be the one that'll make it work. Now you can get it for only, it's only $3,500. But those who've used it ahead of time say like it makes your phone seem really boring after. I guess it like brings things to life, almost like an Iron Man type of moment where if you remember when Tony Stark was moving through things, like it's supposed to be kind of like that, which would be really cool. And there's some type of keyboard. I don't know, virtual keyboard. I don't know. I've never put any on my eyes. Am I going to rush to buy it? I got some bigger fish to fry right now to buy it. No, I'm not going to rush to get it, but I am intrigued. But the one thing that I was like, about is that there's some weird battery pack. That's one. I can't imagine that's good for you. But two is the fact that it's heavier than like the heaviest iPad, like the iPad Pro. And my thought is if that's on your eyes and your head for a while, that can't be comfortable. Also, I don't know. I would try it. I needed like a clean one because ever since the lockdown, I'm a germaphobe in some ways, in some regards. I need to make sure it's brand new and clean before I put it on my eyes. I'd be intrigued. Would you want to try it? I'm curious. So this morning I got up because I remembered that the garbage needs to be taken out. We didn't take the garbage out last night, and Scott was out. So I early, and I'm like, so for the first time I got out there and did it all by myself. I can take out the garbage. Let me be clear. However, being in the new house and whatnot, I'm not used to like the sounds and stuff. And I'm like outside, here I go. I went in my pajamas and my barefoot dreams. I did it. It was fine. I actually did call my dad, FaceTimed with him. I'm not lying. I did. I'm like, I just need someone to know that I'm out here. But I was on the gram as I was waiting for it to get a little bit later before I did it. And when I was on the gram, so yesterday I saw something where Super Bowl's coming up next week and Usher is performing. And so I love me some Usher. I saw him in Vegas, his first residency, because I think he's been there now for a while, but towards the beginning of it, one Christmas we went, and we were like on a whim, my sisters and I were like, we're ditching my dad and my nephew. We're going to go see Usher. And it was amazing. So I would listen, music is my home. It's my jam. It's my thing. And right now music is just super, it's just healing, right? So I'm excited to see someone that I like in the Super Bowl halftime and whatnot. And so I had posted it on my Instagram and said, let's go, I'm excited. And the response that I got back from someone who I do consider a friend, she was she's a client, and you know, I get to be friends with my clients. I care about them. I love them. It's just the way it is. Her message, however, was basically not that this matters, but I hope he does well. But it was a little bit jarring, not that any of this matters. And I realize she's going through her own type of grief right now, and so I get it. But I still felt compelled to write back. Because I know hurt people. And like I said, I know she's hurting. But I felt compelled to write back. And I just said, listen, music for me is very healing. My family needs some healing right now. And so enjoying music that we like, that feels pretty good. I think that my response back kind of snapped her back into reality, and she apologized and, said, I'm just going through stuff. And I said, I totally understand. You do not need to apologize. I said, I said, it was back and forth a little bit, but I'm like, here's the context. And for me, the context is, this is obviously, if you watched yesterday, you know what's going on, and it's not easy. And next week is going to be even harder. And so for me, the fact that we can just hopefully forget for a moment and watch a game and watch some music that we like, that feels pretty good. And so I was candid with her and told her why and whatnot. And she said, this is just proof. She apologized and said, this is proof that, and I told her, I'm not comparing this to what you're going through at all. I'm just saying, this is where I'm coming from. And she said, this is proof that social media does not show everything. And that whether you miss a story or it's not on there, you just don't know the whole story. And I think that is so true, because I haven't put anything about what's going on my social media, not because I'm trying to be secretive, but because it's not completely my story. Do you know what I'm saying? It is my story, and I'm grieving and I'm super sad, but there's someone more important to me who's grieving even more than I could even with it. So I don't feel compelled to put it on social media. I might put something next week on, I'm not sure, but right now it's pretty raw and it's pretty personal. So I get that someone would not realize. And so to me, I'm not trying to be secretive. I've always been a proponent, and I have done social media coaching and still do it. And what I tell people, because people are afraid of, I don't want to put all my business out there on social media. And I always say, you put as much as you want out there. And if you are authentic about what you put out there, people will feel like they know all of you, and you can have that area of you that you kind of keep to yourself. And I don't know, I feel like in this situation, I felt the same way when my grandmother passed away in August. I didn't feel like that was the place. And I pull out my camera and I do the things all over, but for me, I didn't pull out my camera once during that. It didn't feel right. I think I put a picture up of all the family together after, because we got together that evening, or it might have been the next, I think it was the evening. We got together and we had dinner and whatnot together, and just kind of a celebration, post everything. But I don't know. There's something a little bit reverent about it, and that might change. I don't know, but we all are entitled to have the areas and the pockets of our life that we don't share. It is okay. I think it's protective. I think that there's a reason we don't want to share that part. And you honor that, even if it doesn't make sense to you completely why you do or you don't want to, honor it. It's okay. You can honor it. And then if you feel compelled, I felt compelled to let her know why this music, I felt defensive about my music, and I let her know, and we carry on. That was a little heavy. I think I have something else. Well, before I tell you about this weekend, I got to tell you, things do feel heavy for me right now. And I know in my knower, and I know as I'm looking out the window, which is right behind the camera, that I can only see so far. And there's so much more. It could even be right in front of me. I can only see certain things. It's funny. I was doing a training, a live training yesterday. And for whatever reason, the way the Zoom was working, it wasn't on my Zoom, it was on the client's Zoom. It would not show my phone. Like I couldn't get my phone, like for whatever reason, it wouldn't show all my screens. It was the weirdest thing. So I literally could see it, but they could not. And I'm like, you can't see this? Like, no, I can't see it. I'm like, that is so weird. Don't know why you're doing that, Sue. I think it's a good analogy. It was right there in front of me. I could totally see it as plain as day, and no one else could see it. I feel like we have these times in our lives where we have an opportunity to get it right. And if we don't get it right, that's okay. We'll go another route, but we're going to come right back to this. It'll be the same song, different singer, right? It'll be like a remake of a song, like I'm blue, blah, blah, dee, blah, blah, which now is like, I'm feeling good, but I feel all right, or whatever. Same song, just different words and different musicians. We will end up in the same place. And I feel like that's where I am right now, truly, where I cannot see something that is right in front of me. And if I could just see that and go, hang on till this moment or this day or this time, and it's all going to be great, but I can't see it. And so because I can't see it, I'm looking at other things. What is tripping over dollars to pick up pennies, tripping over Benjamins to pick up pennies. I can't see it. And as a result, you get that desperation of like, oh, I'll grab this or grab that, but that's not what I'm supposed to do. And it's really challenging right now. It is super challenging right now. And I just have to keep on knowing that it is right there, but I can't see it. You ever feel that cloud is? I just want to remind you that it is right there. You can't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not there. It doesn't mean it's not coming. And you just need to hang on. Okay. Friday. I'm just dropping it to you on Friday, but I feel compelled to tell you that and share that with you. And the good stuff is coming. It is coming sooner than we know it. And we must believe and carry on. Or we're just going to come back into this same loop, which is not where we want to be. I don't want to be on this loop anymore. I don't know about you, but I do not want to be on this loop anymore. This loop was 2 years ago, was the last time I was here. And I'm like, not today. So I'm going to get out of this loop so I can experience another loop of some sort. Okay, so some of you messaged and you guessed it. By the way, thank you so much for listening. You guys are awesome. What I realized is some of you are responding to me on Facebook and like my Facebook business or fan page. Some of you are DMing me on Facebook, period. Some of you are DMing me on Instagram. Some of you are DMing or commenting on the YouTube channel. So if I'm late to getting to you, it is because I didn't check that place, but I will. So I found a bunch in like my Facebook, on my Facebook business or fan page, whatever you want to call it. I was like, oh my gosh. And so I responded to you yesterday. My apologies. If you don't get a response to me, it's because I didn't see it. Okay, just want to let you know that. Unless you're like being really mean and then it probably didn't want to message you back, whatever. It is a thing. So, drum roll please. I think I have little things. Oh my gosh, y'all. I just realized you all are patient with me. I didn't plug in the microphone. Sometimes I do that certain days. If you ever notice, like, this sound's not as good. This could either mess things up or it could be fine. Hello. If you listen to the end, you just got better sound. I was going to try and do this. Not that. I don't even know if you can hear this. Nope. I have like a soundboard. I'm looking for a drum roll. That's kind of like a drum roll. I don't even know if you could hear that. Okay. Here's the news. We get to go pick out Maisie. If you've been listening for a while, you knew Maisie was coming. And Maisie is 6 weeks old now. And so tomorrow we get to go pick out Maisie. There's 2 girls in the litter and we'll get to choose ours. Scott is already worried that we're going to fall in love with both of them. I said, we may, but one we will know is ours. So I'm really, really excited about that. I cannot wait to share her and just to love her. We won't get to take her home tomorrow. We'll get to pick her out tomorrow. And then, which actually works out well because obviously we're going to be leaving town here and then we'll be able to pick her up in a couple weeks. And there will be another Budgel in town. So I'm very excited about that. That's going to be a good healing moment for all of us. All right, I have talked to you long enough. I didn't even put in the sound right. I'm talking into a microphone that's not microphoning. It is now because I didn't plug it in. It is what it is. You all are awesome. I will see you on Monday. Until then, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And check me out I'll be posting definitely on social. There'll be something on the talk that's growing and booming, Rocks Talk Show. Or you can check me out at Rocks Talks on Instagram or Valley Rocks if you want to see what's juking and jiving in Zona. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. And thank you for all your kind words of support. That really meant a lot to me yesterday. All right. Go be great.